Okay. All right. So by the way, recently I've had this song stuck in my head that is on Instagram and TikTok, and it goes, "Rest in peace, my granny. I got hit by a bazooka."
We're on different parts of the internet, Jane.
Really? Think about it all the time when I hit the hookah.
There's sometimes you send me videos and I'm
Kablow.
like, you're like, we should do this trend. I don't remember what that was. And I was like, what? This is a trend? This is the first I've ever heard of it. Jane's just pulling things out
Thanks
of
for entertaining me.
a strange corner of the internet that I don't ask questions about.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome back to How You Holding Up, where I, Jane,
And I, Dagny.
explore the wonderful world of media and how it's held up. But before we do that, Dagny, how you holding up?
Well, I don't know.
Well,
That's a good question. Much better than last week. My eye is healed. If you honestly, no, go back to the last episode. If you want to learn about my eye injury, that was really traumatic. I'm not going to retell it because you have to go listen to another episode. So my eye is healed.
Right.
And working a lot. I've consumed a lot of TV. I don't really have a lot to report. I watched all of Bridgerton, watched all of Love is Blind. Disassociated a bit, just watching kind of anything and everything, just outside of working like 10 hours a day.
for sure.
And that's kind of all since the last episode. Nothing. Oh, and I wrecked my car. Did I talk? Oh, I talked about the 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
Last episode, I was going through it. But
you
this
had
week
enough
has been
stuff.
much better.
You had enough stuff for last episode for like the next 3 episodes.
Yeah, I could have saved some of it. And now I'm kind of sound like a really boring person now.
No, now you just sound like me because usually you ask me and I quickly go, I'm good. Anyways.
Yeah, I tend to just vent. So yeah, I'm doing better.
Hell yeah.
And that's good. Jane, how are you holding up?
I'm holding up good. I am going to start writing lab at the end of March, which for those of you who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I go to an improv school called Groundlings, and it's been around for a really long time, and kind of like the last tier of that school is writing lab. And basically you cease to exist in any other part of your life for the time that you have writing lab. You are constantly writing, making sketches, making characters. It is your life for the next 3 months. 5 hours for me it's every Sunday. Yeah, you don't care, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, I'm fixing my hair.
Your hair's way more
No, I'm listening. I'm listening.
But that has kind of consumed my brain. I want to do well. I hope I do well.
You're gonna do great.
It'll be the same teacher who like substituted for us. Remember I told you about a teacher that substituted for a class that I had before and was like, she makes too many ass jokes.
Oh, you have that same teacher? That's fun.
She talks about poop too much, so we'll see how that goes. But no, it's fine. It'll be fine.
That'll be great. Throw in a poop joke in every sketch. I think it'll go really,
Wish me
really
luck,
well.
guys. I think it'll be good. I think
You're going to do great.
yeah, yes. But besides that, I would like to introduce a very special guest today. She is in the sound world, and she has worked on a lot of really cool shows, one of which being she's been a sound editor for Stranger Things, as well as the sound designer. Dagny, get fucking ready for this.
Uh-oh.
Demon Hunters.
Ooh, I have that on
welcome
vinyl.
to the show, Katie Halliday. Woo!
Hello, hello. Wait, I think I was talking over her name. Say it again with enthusiasm.
Katie Halliday. Yeah. Woo!
Let's go. I was ready to just talk.
And you worked on so many
hunters.
more things, and you are working on so many things.
That's so cool.
But it's so cool to have you. It's really cool to have
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Of course. We are so excited to have you. It's really cool to have somebody who is, I think you might be our first guest in post.
Okay.
So it's a
No
very,
pressure.
I thought you were going to say our first like international guest because you're Canadian.
International, yes.
Yes, Katie's
Which
Canadian.
we'll get into. But I thought you
And
were
we're
going
all
to you're our
against me, please.
first international guest.
And right now we're all
Exotic.
jealous that you're
I know this is a very exotic place called Canada.
Crazy.
but
Sound.
it'll be cool. It's cool just to talk to you about, how media is held up, just because, yes, it's fun to watch and see how something, has become goofy or silly, but it's also interesting to ask you, like, what do we think of the music in this? Or what do we think of how they did the sound in this? Like, could they have done better or whatever? How are you holding up? That's the first question.
I'm holding up great. I was just telling you, I lost one of my press-on nails on the way here. That is literally
zoom in, zoom in close.
That is literally the most exciting weekend thing I've had so far. Thank you. This one looks very pretty. Actually, I'm nominated for Stranger Things and K-pop Demon Hunters. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, girl, that's great.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. And also it's Oscar season, so it's I've just been watching a shitload of movies. So the last week I've just been like a puddle, doing like staring at a wall. Yeah. So because it's just a lot of movies to get through.
We're talking about Téléfrançais today. Téléfrançais.
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 It's a Canadian show from the 1980s.
Téléfrançais. Téléfrançais. Bonjour. Hello. Salut.
Where Canadian kids used it to learn French. And Katie, once again, so sorry to ask you this, but do you mind talking again about why you decided to choose this?
Let me give the little context again.
Yes.
Too, just so everybody understands.
Yes.
The wonderful world of Canadian entertainment. So at this time, because it was like the mid 1980s to late 1980s when Téléfrançais ran on TV. But around that time, you know, in America, you had Sesame Street, you had the Muppets, you had the Jim Henson Hour, all these incredible shows for kids. Mm-hmm. In England, they had like, you know, Wallace and Gromit and those kinds of things. Just fantastic. And somebody in Canada went, oh, we could do that. and that's how you end up with Téléfrançais, which is essentially like a cracked out pineapple that talks in a junkyard with two kids.
Yeah.
Whose parents are like, I don't know where they are, but they're not around.
The junkyard.
Yeah. There's so many weird elements to this show. But basically the show was to teach you French. And so like once a week when we were in school, they would put it on the TV. And
they'd roll that bad boy out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we'd learn how to talk to a pineapple and say, I am a pineapple, which is very helpful when you grow up in Canada.
It's interesting that the pineapple's name is Ananas.
Yes.
And we'll pull him up because he in Russian it's ananas.
Ananas.
When you're saying pineapple. So it wasn't too far off for me at least where I was like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense." But I found myself, even though the show it feels dated, like when you guys watch it, it feels dated.
Very dated.
But even still I found myself engaged in terms of like I was like, oh, I understand what they're talking about, or
I was learning French. I was like,
I'm
following.
I guess
y'all were watching. I was learning.
This was educational for me. I was like, whoa, I actually know I understand what's going on. I felt very smart, or at least I think I understood what was going on most of the time. I also felt really smart because all of the words in the intro title, by the way, slaps. It's crazy. But I was like, oh, I know what all of those are. Granted, they're very close to English words, and you can kind of guess what it is.
But still, that's cool.
Like, wow,
no?
I'm so smart. I know French.
I will say that Téléfrançais song, I said, there was like a specific block of time when they showed this to kids when they were kids. And so there's like 30, like I'd say late 30s to late 40s people from Canada will all be able to sing that song for you because it's like seared into their brains.
Téléfrançais.
Oh, yeah.
Téléfrançais.
I wonder if it's copyrighted. Can I play it?
Salut. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Also, it's just really funny because I forget, I've been in the States for a while now, and I forget that like pretty much everything that is like purely Canadian content is funded by the government, and it felt very like strangely communist or something. I was like, just the opening of the show, they were like, "This is a government funded by some Quebec thing." So anyway, I don't know. That was really funny to me.
But what's interesting about all of that, even if it's like, some of the decisions that were made. There's a couple main characters, right, that we run into in the show. Mm-hmm. There are my favorite characters, which are the singing and dancing skeletons.
They were my favorite as well.
I fucking love them.
Love them. Jen, I don't know if you watched the second episode. Did you only watch the first one?
No, I watched.
Okay, so you got Jimmy Buffett type song.
I watched the second episode and I watched the fifth one. I went random.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
It's strange that there's like a through line. Like
there is, yeah.
Which I don't think that's the usual for like Sesame Street or anything. It's all kind of standalone. I would.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And so this, I was like, oh, they're picking up the story. They're gonna
There
keep
was-
going.
There was, I'll talk about it as we get further into the show, but there's some gaslighting in one of these episodes that I fucking love. It's very strange, and I'll kind of pull up our notes right now so we can talk about some of that
Yeah.
stuff.
Also, just a side note,
yes,
if you're watching this in the context of 2026, it's I don't know if it was just me, but like anything I see now on TV, TikTok, anything like that, where it's like this old VHS with the tracking and the wobbly audio and the wobbly video. You know what I mean? Like it's all weird and like distorted.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole beginning.
It's like exclusive to horror. Like I don't see it anywhere but horror things. So in the context of like that,
what an
I feel
interesting
like rewatching
assessment.
it is like this is already weird and creepy, but it just gives it that extra
You're
little
like waiting for
seasoning.
something to jump out and scare you.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that like it wasn't that back then.
Yeah.
And something, I don't know which piece of media changed it to that. Isn't that wild? Like,
yeah, I don't know where that started. Maybe it was like The Ring. It was like right when digital started to come in to the regular.
it was probably kids like you watching and going, something's off about this. They're not using this for the right genre.
This is weird.
There's some subliminal messaging in this.
There's actually, I don't know if you probably maybe didn't see it. I went on a deep dive looking at Téléfrançais.
You better deep dive.
And there's like horror compilations of Anana because he's so creepy.
Yeah,
he's
and
terrible.
I don't know if you still have it recorded. The bit. What is the phobia that I claim to have?
trypophobia.
Trypophobia. When you pull up the picture of this lovely pineapple, he makes me feel sick watching him on screen.
You know who made me feel sick? There's a woman puppet. There's a puppet woman. Which, by the way,
a stretch. It's a puppet.
By the way, it is a stretch. There was no reason to use a puppet for her.
No,
Like,
and
they
she's
could've just
very
used a
human-like
woman.
at times because there's
Yes.
obviously a person inside of it, and I was like,
Just use a woman.
She looks really close to a human that it's really kind of
But
creepy
you know
to
what's-
watch.
You know what's not human about her?
Her eyes.
Her fucking eyes.
Oh, her eyes.
They're the
have
size of her
seen
face.
They've seen things.
They've seen things.
Horrible things.
And they blink strange. There's
I
extra
hate it.
They like don't
layers.
go at the same time.
Yeah.
She's like looking in two different directions. It's
Now,
a very janky puppet.
I want to break down an episode for you, and then because I can't speak French at all,
Right.
and then you'll tell me if I'm completely off or if I'm completely on. So episode 2 is they.
I don't know if, by the way, I don't know if speaking French is going to help you understand any of this.
But I can't wait to see how wrong I am, and if I am right, awesome episode.
Episode 2
Incredible.
is with the parachutes, right? And
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
the kids get into a plane with the puppet woman, the puppet woman,
And Anana.
and Anana, the pineapple.
Un pilote.
And
she
pilote.
says.
Yeah,
She's
un
un
pil-
pilote.
She's
a
the pilot. And as they're in the plane, the dancing skeleton, she goes, do you guys want a song? Like, while we're flying, do you guys want a song? And they're like, yeah. So on the outside of the plane, they cut to the outside of the plane. It's the two skeletons. They're dancing on the wings and they're singing. And as they're singing, there's like a what is it called? Parachuter?
Parachute.
Oh,
Paraglider or whatever coming down. And I was like, oh, are they singing about the death of the parachuter? Because it's two skeletons.
I was wondering
And he's
myself,
going down.
because he's going down, but like it looks like he's on fire. There's like smoke streaming behind him.
So to me, I was like,
is that like normal for them to be smoking?
I don't
right,
think
so maybe I was on target. Maybe she was like, so let me
telling
summarize
a
this.
story about a parachuter that died, and then Anana jumps out.
Oh no,
Yeah.
they let the kids jump out first.
First.
That's the best part.
Oh,
They're like, let's talk about this dead parachuter.
Yeah.
Okay, kids, jump out of the plane. Like,
And then Anana comes
It's a
down
little
on a
weird.
little umbrella like the
Yeah.
diva
Almost
that
died.
he is.
oh my god.
Can you imagine if he had gotten splattered and just pineapple juice went everywhere?
And they were like, good.
That would have been an interesting way to
honestly, from what I
interesting
watched,
direction.
I wouldn't put it past the show to do something that
No.
wild.
So
No.
to recap,
Yeah.
they're on a plane. The puppet woman says, want a song? They go, sure. And she goes, here's a song you guys will like while in a plane. And two skeletons outside begin singing about a dead parachuter, I guess, in a super smooth and funky way. As you
Very
saw,
Jimmy
I was
Buffett-y.
vibing with it.
Yeah, very.
It was a good song.
Les Skeletons, they have some bangers, I will say.
Well, how does it go? How did that song go?
I can't remember.
I sent y'all a
I'm
video.
so bad at.
It
no, I
literally
know.
sounded like a Jimmy Buffett song to me.
It did. It did give me that vibe.
And what I loved is the first episode, they did like a whole rock and roll performance.
Right.
Also, it's kind of important that the size ratio of the skeletons to the plane make no sense. They're
No.
huge, and the plane is also not moving. They're just standing on the wings.
They didn't try to make it realistic at all.
No.
And they shouldn't.
They were like,
why should they?
They were
Nothing
like,
about
welcome
this
to
show
the
makes
dump
sense.
house.
Nothing about this show makes sense.
Can,
yeah,
it's
them
all right.
being in like a junkyard too is like their
Can
main
we talk
setting
about
is-
that? Why?
Did they ever say?
No, I don't think so. They're just every episode. These kids are in this junkyard. I don't. Also, why is a pineapple in a junkyard? Why wouldn't
Yeah.
it be like a dog or like something? If they're going to
Something
do a
that
puppet,
exists.
you know what I mean? The last thing I would think of is a pineapple.
Every
was one of my-
episode is a tetanus shot and infomercial
Yes.
immediately.
Well, I had a question in my notes that was basically what comes first, the chicken or the egg, because the pineapple animation in the opening song is cute. He's a cute little guy dancing around, and then you cut to the real puppet and he's scary. And I want to know, did they have the pineapple animation first and then build out a puppet?
I
I
wonder
literally
that
asked the same
too.
question.
I want to know who was in that meeting when they first showed them the pineapple puppet,
Yeah,
because that was probably a conversation.
I would have thrown up.
The whole time when I watched the intro and he's animated in it, I'm like, why didn't they use that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he also
Why
like
didn't they Mary
teleports.
Poppins it?
He teleports. He's very hoity-toity and like
Yeah.
condescending to the kids too, which is
I
interesting.
kind of picked up that vibe. I
Yeah.
wasn't speaking the language, but I was like, he seems kind of like an asshole.
Well, also just the way that he always has to say the word real slow more than once to you, like you're special, is a choice as well.
Speaking about the intro, that was
I knew all the words.
Téléfrançais. But something I loved about the intro was, okay, LGBTQ. So
Yeah.
it's a whole ass
rainbows.
rainbow.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know if that was the whole point.
It
but
probably wasn't.
It's more for
but
children because children, like colors.
children love to be
Colors
gay.
and rainbows.
They also
they love to be gay.
this show. It's really pushing an agenda. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say.
There's a lot. There's a mishmash of things going on for sure. I
Um,
think
yeah,
it's
go ahead.
funny
Detective.
because
Sorry, we'll get
No,
there.
no.
I
Yeah, what?
forgot about in the second episode. I was like, oh yeah, the detective.
Oh,
bit.
the detective thing is,
Le detective, whatever.
Is
I
she a
love-
criminal
I
or a
love it.
woman?
Yeah, where's the criminal? I think that's what they were saying. And you had to like.
There's like,
point
there's
at
only
them.
3 options.
I
Is
also-
she a murderer, just a woman, or a pineapple?
Parce que la criminelle, c'est vous. Moi? Oui, vous. Je vous arrête.
Also, I love that anytime that she talks to the detective, she's like, "You idiot! You're such a dumbass."
Do
Hey,
your
you
job.
fucking idiot.
It's great.
I loved the detective bit, and again, just that is animated. Like,
Yes.
But it's not animated. It's like just singular. They didn't
Oh,
have
yeah.
they didn't have the budget for animation. They just took like cells and
Uh-huh.
like put them together. That was actually a pretty common thing, I feel like, back then, because animation was
smart.
expensive. So
yeah.
that was how they got around it.
I mean, thinking back to last night when I watched this, they were moving, and you're right, they were not. But I was like, oh,
But that's how much
Tricked
they
your
didn't
brain.
need to
It
do
really did
puppets
trick
that
me.
they could have just done that and it would have been better.
yeah, like the whole show actually could have been animated. Oh no, that's more expensive.
The other thing we have to talk about in episode 2 is the pineapple almost dies because a crow attacks it.
You loved this episode, Jane.
It's fantastic. Please go watch it. It's on YouTube. Téléfrançais.
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 But in the episode, the crow sees the pineapple as a delicious snack, and as the pineapple is parachuting down in an umbrella out of a plane. By the way, whoever's listening to this, like, this is a fucking fever dream for them. And so the crow's after the pineapple, and they're like, no, careful. And so they sick military jets
I
on
forgot
the
about
crow.
that.
On the fucking poor crow. They're like,
And
bomb
the crow
them.
speaks French. It's important.
Airstrike
Bomb
them.
'em.
I was like, that's a little excessive.
A little
The
bit.
crow is
Just a little bit.
He was chatty.
Especially for a Canadian show. That's not really we're not really, known for our military
Yeah, not
might.
the most hostile.
Maybe it was just a show of intimidation. Let's just intimidate the
It's
crow.
like, this is what we could do.
yeah.
But yeah, the crow. What do you remember? What did the crow say in French?
I can't remember
Probably
what
like,
it was.
yummy pineapple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him.
I don't
Yeah.
remember what he was saying, but I do think that it would have been really funny if they used that opportunity to just teach kids all of the French profanity that they could think of.
Yes.
That
But,
would be so
you know,
fun.
It would be. It would be.
But it is for children.
But I guess. I guess.
Yeah.
It's horrifying.
They've already got this creepy ass pineapple. Just teach kids how to say fuck. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck off. Merde. Merde.
Merde.
I guess that's shit, right?
Yes. Merde. I actually surprisingly, I don't know a lot of French profanity. Maybe because Téléfrançais didn't teach me.
It's true.
You grew up.
Do you speak French?
I was gonna.
A little bit. Not really. I mean, I think everybody in Canada, because it's required for you to learn it up till high school. And then after that, it's kind of up to you.
Got it.
So I didn't really I didn't bother after high school. So I have like a pretty rudimentary, I can speak it a little bit. I can read it.
Yeah.
And I can mostly understand when people are talking to me, but I'm not fluent by any means. And also it's Québécois French, which, my mom is from Belgium. And so she grew up with Parisian French. And so whenever I'd come home and speak it, she'd be like, ugh. What is that?
It's the same thing with Haitian French. It's completely different from Quebec French.
Yeah.
It's like all
Yeah, they're very, very different.
very different, but it's super interesting. I'll say this, guys. I'm good to move on to another episode, but if you guys have any notes you want to talk about before we move on, let me know, because I've got some shit to say about 5.
I didn't watch 5, so I'm
You can
gonna.
scroll down too if you need me to.
I will admit on camera that I was a little stoned watching this. And
Good, this is an explicit
think-
show, so it's fine.
I think it actually added a lot to the experience. I think most of my notes we've kind of already covered. Yeah, one of my big qualms was like the pineapple animation is so cute. What came first, the animation or the puppet?
Yeah, the I don't know what was in the water back then, but I will say this feels very on track for that time as far as like weird puppetry stuff it goes. Like there was quite a bit of that back then. Yeah. But this definitely stands out as what's also kind of cool about it is it's uniquely Canadian. And so like it is this very unique sliver of time when I grew up that like I think only me and like it's like a specific generation of Canadians, and I definitely think it informed all of us, and it's why millennials are so weird.
It's actually really interesting you mentioned that, because I was talking to someone else who came to our facility who is Canadian, but he is slightly older than both of us. And so when I mentioned the show, he had no idea about it. But it also ran for a pretty short time. It didn't run for that many seasons. I think it was 1986 to 1989, which is not that long for like a
and I
educational
think
program.
they had it in the school system for a little while after that, because I definitely remember it when I was like, in probably grade 4 or 5, which would have been well after that. Yeah. But
Sure,
yeah,
they
no,
used
they
content,
definitely. I think it got dated very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Can't
Definitely, like,
imagine.
it was a moment in time, and after a very short time, people are like, "This just weirds the kids out. Let's find something else to teach them French."
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking of weirded out
yeah.
kids, Jane, I think you and I both have the same note where the kids look scared. Like
Yeah,
the whole time.
They look perpetually
They
scared.
never really.
They don't know what's happening.
Having a good time.
They know their lines, and that's
In
it.
other lines, they both can open their eyes really wide. Like I noticed the little boy specifically, his eyes are always really wide.
They're trying to mimic the puppets.
like Maybe they won't
Like,
kill
maybe-
me if I look like them.
Yeah, they won't make me turn me into a puppet. That's what episode or season like 50 is they get turned into puppets.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
They look
it
like-
goes. It takes like a weird dark turn,
Oh, boy.
like in episode 3, where they get like lost in a forest.
I didn't watch episode
It was-
3, so I should have.
It was, well, I mean, you don't need to, but it was definitely like
I will.
it was starting to go down this dark crystal kind of path where I was like, oh, this could be kind of cool if they
Yeah.
had committed to it, but they never do. They just kind of like,
We go back to the junkyard.
no, it'll be fine. Let's go back to the junkyard.
Let's go back to what we know.
Yeah.
Junk.
Junk.
The set that we don't have to pay for.
There is, at least in episode 5, so much gaslighting by the narrator that I had to applaud it.
The narrator is me as an adult, I will say, because I'm just like, you stupid kids. You can't.
It's
first of
literally
all,
that.
You don't know French. You live in Quebec in a junkyard. I feel like you should know French.
You should know French. If
Yeah.
anything, French knows you. No, but there's a part in episode 5 where basically the narrator goes, okay, guys, we're taking a big test.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives them multiple words for big. He's like, humongous, tremendous. He's like, it's going to be a fucking huge test. Get ready. They're like, and they're all not happy about it. They're like, like they go. And the pineapple's taking the test with him. And I guess the butt of the joke is that they all are picking the correct answers, but the pineapple keeps picking like the stupidest multiple choice answer, like the one that's wrong. But then the narrator has the audacity to go, okay, well, what is this? What's the answer to this? And it's a girl sitting at a table, like about to take a bite of food. And they're all like, oh, or a boy. And they're like, oh, she's going to eat. She is sitting to eat or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, no, wrong. He's playing baseball. And someone in the scene, it's like, they pick up a baseball and hit the plates. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, why are you tricking me? I'm just
Trying to learn
Not trying to
French
learn
over
French,
here.
damn it.
So, just completely fucking with them the whole time. That episode. Oh, and then in the middle of that, he was like, all right, dance break. And then the skeletons come in.
I love the skeletons.
Do a little country song.
This show is so ADHD
Yeah.
coded, because there's constant like changes of scenery, and they're like,
Yeah.
let's go to this other vignette and do this now.
What
Like
it-
in the middle of whatever conversation they're having, they're
Yeah.
like, boop, all right, we're going to talk about this
go to the
detective
detective.
now. Yeah.
What it feels like, and I'm glad you mentioned that, is that it feels like the puppeteers or just the showrunner was given like, this is everything that needs to be covered. Like all of these conversations need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of going, well, these don't really have that many connections, they were like, okay, the first part of it talks about them being in a plane, so we're going to do a plane. And then the second part of them is behind a dump yard, so we'll just cut to a dump yard, and I don't know, we'll connect it with skeletons. And they were like,
Pretty
okay.
much. Yeah, pretty much.
Because it feels very much like that. It feels like they're going through a textbook and they're just trying to visualize what they're talking about on the textbook.
It's interesting
Yeah.
you say that, because that is probably exactly what happened. Because because there's like it's a curriculum show, right? It was made to be educational, and they do include it in a curriculum that kids do.
Yeah.
So that does that does track.
The sad part about it is already the visuals are helping me learn. Like ideally, like I was watching that, and if I was paying attention, and I was like, oh, I can understand what they're talking about purely visually. Imagine if it was a storyline that connected. Like it would actually hit so much better. I think either not enough money was given to it or not enough effort was put into it, because they were on the way to it being right. And then a lot of like, even the pineapple, like they could have made a better puppet. That puppet
They
doesn't
could've.
seem as like, the only specific thing about that puppet that separates it from like a puppet like pillow of that time is that they put like blinking eyes on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can you buy a plushie of Anana?
Oh my God.
That would be incredible.
In the
Well,
bedroom.
I will say too, and I might piss off some Canadians here by
Piss
saying
them
this,
off.
but but to your point about that, that is also quintessentially Canadian. If it looks low budget or it looks like they didn't have the resources they needed, it's because it's Canadian. That is kind of because in Canada we also like the entertainment industry is not private. It's mostly government funded. And so everything needs to follow like a certain outline, and you only get so much money, and it's usually not enough money. And so that definitely hinders, even now, I would imagine. I mean, I've been out of that industry for like 10 years now, but it definitely hinders like the ability to be a Jim Henson when you have these limitations.
Let me ask you this though. Yeah. This is something I've always been curious about. You know, like yes, there's a lot of really cool shit in America, especially because somebody invested in something and they were able to make a private thing. But a lot of it is also so exclusive now and so about making money that there's no original content anymore. Like, do you feel like in Canada you got original content from like not known people versus here I feel like it's the same 4 actors or it's the same 3 directors because it's all about making money and who's going to go to see it instead of whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious about that because I didn't grow up with that.
But well, actually it's funny because a lot of the entertainment stuff that Canada, you know, that when I was growing up, I can't speak to now, but when I was growing up, a lot of the stuff I watched was some form of an American show that already existed. So like we didn't have MTV, we had Much Music. We didn't have Mr. Rogers, we had Mr. Dress Up. Like they're literally the exact same thing.
That sounds like a drag show and I love it. Mr. Dress Up.
I mean, yeah. but that was very much the kind of content. I mean, there was very specific Canadian content. Shout out Red Green. Shows like that, comedy shows. Comedy, I think, was one of the things where it really excelled in Canada.
Hell yeah!
But
well, yeah. I mean, you've got heavy hitters coming from Canada for comedy. Rest in peace, Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah,
like truly heavy hitters. So that actually absolutely makes sense to me. I feel like your improv scene is also pretty strong.
Yeah, and I think well, and I mean, yeah, there's so many huge Canadian comedians that have come out of Canada. I think that like those kinds of skit shows and things like that were definitely big. But when it comes to like other more original content, there was only a few things that really stand out to me as like being very unique, but also doing well commercially.
Yeah.
I had mentioned very briefly, the other day, this TV show Reboot, which was an incredible show when I was growing up. It was animated. It was the first ever 3D animated television show of all time.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
It was really ahead of its time, and it was really well written. It was
Do you remember what year it came out?
It was like early 90s. I want to say like 93 or 94. And it was, I mean, we don't have to go down the rabbit hole of Reboot, but
it's cool though. Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of those things that, unlike Téléfrançais, it was like totally, it wasn't educational or anything like that, but it also wasn't. And I was shocked when I found out later in my life it was a Canadian show. I had no idea.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just assumed everybody watched Reboot. And then when I would bring it up here, people are like, the hell is that?
Well, I'm going to watch it. It sounds interesting.
It's really cool. And yeah.
I guess my question for the 3 of you, because we're running up on time, I was going to say, what do we, like, I know consensus-wise, it has not held up as a show.
No.
Can we agree on that?
Yes.
But I think it's perfect. I don't know what y'all are saying.
I mean,
I was going to say, what's redeemable about it? Like, why would we send anybody to watch this?
If you want to learn French, it's definitely a good jumping off point.
That's true. There you go.
But it's also like, it's just one of those shows that it's one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I got to show this to you because it's so strange.
Yeah.
Every element of it. And the more you like think about it, watch it, look at it, the more you're like, wait, so why are they in a junkyard? Why does an airplane land in a junkyard and then a puppet woman comes out and talks to them? Why do they get on this airplane and then jump out of it with umbrellas as parachutes? Like, there's just so many things like that where it's so bizarre, but also very unique. It's just a very unique experience. Like, I feel like all you got to do is like put on that banger opening song and people are like,
Téléfrançais.
all right.
Téléfrançais.
Yeah. I can say I've never watched anything quite like it. It's unique. And I would say it's on YouTube. Watch an episode or two. They're like 9 minutes each. Very easy viewing.
It's very
other than
much
looking
like,
at the pineapple, which is really disturbing to look at.
yes. But it's very much like a moment in time kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. If you guys want to watch episodes of Téléfrançais, go on YouTube.
I highly recommend it. Did it hold up? No.
Is it fun to watch? Kind of.
Yeah. So in a sense, kind of still holds up.
But it explains a lot about.
This was really fun. It's and I'll say this again because I don't know if we cut that off, but Katie Halliday works in sound. She's super cool. She is going to the MPSEs tomorrow, but she's worked on Demon Pop Hunters. And wait,
You were almost there.
Demon Pop.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
K-pop Demon Hunters and Stranger Things as sound editor for Stranger Things, sound designer for K-pop Demon Hunters. And it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show with us. Sorry for all the weird drops in recording, but do you want to close us out, Dagny?
Yeah. Is there anything you want to promote?
Yeah. Do you want to promote anything?
I don't really have anything right now. I'm in the middle of a show, but I can't talk about it yet.
Yeah. Okay. We'll bring you on again.
But yeah, I'd
promote
love
it.
that.
Very cool. Well, this has been How You Holding Up. If you like this episode, be sure to listen to all of our other episodes, especially the one before this, where I talk about my eye injury. It's a good story. Check it out. Also, we talked about Aquila and the Bee. It was great. But yes, check out all of our other episodes. And if there's any piece of media you want us to review, email us at howyaholdingup@gmail.com. That's not you, and Holden without the G. And follow us on Instagram for updates on when new releases come out and any other things that we post.
That was great.
Clips. I know that was one of.
That was pretty succinct, my
other
dear.
than me talking about my eye again because that was traumatizing, and I like to tell
That
people
hot
about
little
it.
eye.
I'll tell you about it.
Would you say the episode was fantastique?
It was fun.
Oh shit!
Ooh. Do you want to give us another French word?
Incroyable.
Can you guess what that fucking means?
Could it be good? No, incredible. I'm guessing.
Wrong, idiot! Idiot! Criminal! Are you a woman or are you a fucking criminal?
Yeah. Oh,
C'est
loved
une
it.
fille?
What is that?
Are you a woman?
Oh, is that what they were? Okay. Maybe I didn't learn as much French as I thought I did watching this show.
You're just having a good time.
I was having a great
I'm
time.
impressed you guys picked up a few words though.
Yeah.
So it did its job.
It did.
Yeah. What is it? Fin? That's
Fille.
or no, like for the end. Is it just fin?
Oh, and fille.
Fin. So that's the end of the episode.
C'est tout.
Fin. Anyway, thank you. Thanks, Jane.
Thanks, guys.
Merci, Dagny.
Oh, that's cute.
How you holding up?